Et nous parlons de technologie de l'information et de la communication. C'est l'heure du Focus TIC avec Bruno Ndovi. Good morning.
Good morning, Cathy.
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to be here too.
Voilà, vous êtes là pour nous parler des TIC. On va tout de suite commencer par l'actualité de la semaine dernière.
That's right. Girls take over an initiative of Plan International, another phase last week, where a 24-year-old engineer in mechanical engineering, Stella Kimberly from the Northwest region, plays the role of the Minister of Posts and Telecommunications. This took place at the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications in line with the celebration of the 2020 edition of the International Day of the Girl Child under the theme Freedom to be Online. Yoti Kaleli Songe reports.
Announced the arrival of the guest of honor. Kimberly fits the shoes of Cameroon's Minister of Posts and Telecommunications for a few hours. A brief exchange and the minister, acting as predecessor, passes the baton. The interim PNT bus under Plan Cameroon's banner is on the Freedom to be Online campaign for girls.
Being a girl by birth is not a choice. It is not a disadvantage. So girls should take power into their hands and continue to work hard to achieve the things that they can achieve, because everything is achievable once you believe in it.
More drama, with girls seeking answers to their preoccupations, then back to reality, as the minister tells her august guests to be keen on what they put online.
We encourage young girls to be interested in ICTs, to bridge the gap, but to be responsible.
Because you don't know who is hiding behind the screen. Social media has opportunities for people to connect, but also is associated with quite risk to be harassed.
Satisfied, the main character in the Girls Takeover play exits the scene, happy to have had such a wonderful collaborator.
Voilà, Kimberly Salah dans la peau du ministre des Postes et Télécommunications, qui encourage d'ailleurs les jeunes filles à s'intéresser au TIC. C'était à l'occasion de la Journée mondiale de la jeune fille. Et nous allons rester dans le cadre de la jeune fille. Cette fois-ci, on va recevoir Selmandi. Elle est web développeur. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Et bienvenue. Alors, vous préparez un séminaire de formation sur le langage du web. De quoi s'agit-il exactement?
Okay, exactly. We are here only to run a 1-month training for girls, boys, and probably youth in Cameroon on web development. What is web development? It's basically the skill of building web applications, and this is actually a project that is funded by the World Wide Web Foundation, and it's for Data Girl to run a training to empower people with digital skills so that everybody has an opportunity to use the internet and an opportunity to make money off the internet.
And now you're talking about web development in a time when many people are so getting interested into into doing their own things online. We have had instances where we've had to work from home. We've had instances where you have to be autonomous. Tell us, why is it important for people to have that knowledge of web development?
Okay, you know that everything is getting digital. For you to be able to make a name for yourself or to be able to prosper, you have to have an online presence. And what better way to have an online presence than to be able to have a web application or a website, like simply put, a website. And we are trying to get more people into it because you can monetize from it. And 2020 has been a year that everybody has stayed home. This is the best time to learn these skills so that even from home you can build a website and market yourself. And you can even build for other people. It's a win-win.
Alors, lorsqu'on parle du langage du web, qu'est-ce que ça implique? Quels sont les outils utilisés?
Okay, when we talk about languages of the web, we're simply talking about the tools that you use to be able to have a website up and running. We're talking about basic languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which is what I'm teaching this month. We're talking about back-end programs like Ruby on Rails. We're talking about Python. In fact, it's a whole lot of tools, but you choose the ones that you want to use that best suit your needs.
Et quelles sont les difficultés majeures dans la conception, par exemple, des applications? Qu'est-ce que cela nécessite?
The biggest difficulty that web developers face is the changing technology. Like today, the way you do things today will probably be different the way you do tomorrow. Like 2 years ago, we were using a different syntax for JavaScript. This year, we're using ES6.
Donc il faut actualiser.
Yes, it changes like all the time. So you have the difficulties that you have to keep up. You have to always keep up with the different changing technologies.
Now, as a young girl, we're seeing you stepping forward to lead the team in web development. What are some of the challenges you face as a young girl? Because many people believe that when it comes to technology, the men have to lead. But you, as a young girl, you bring up this 1 month training on web design. And how has it been so far? It started on the 2nd of November.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. I think that as a girl in tech, a lot of people don't take you serious. They feel like this is not really a woman's field. But a lot of people have come out, people like Rebecca and Nilchong, they have come out, they've broken the limits, and they've made us understand that our dreams are valid and we can do anything. Because as a woman, tech development, web development is something that you have to really be committed. You have to do it like every single day. And as a woman, a mother again, you might have difficulties balancing these two. But at the end of the day, if you want it, if you believe it, you can achieve it.
Now tell us about the training on web design. Tell us about it.
Okay, this training runs at Scalom, at the Development Associates Office at Scalom. It's a one-month training, and I am teaching web development skills. I am teaching HTML, I am teaching CSS, and I am teaching WordPress. So everyone that comes there must have a laptop, and you must be able to learn because it's a committed program and it's a boot camp.
Alors Selma, l'intérêt des jeunes pour les TIC est de plus en plus remarqué. Alors concrètement, qu'est-ce qu'ils y gagnent? Parce qu'aujourd'hui, il y a plusieurs activités sur le web, il y a des commerces, il y a des échanges.
Oh, I think that it's very beneficial to be able to use the internet judiciously because, like I said, the world is going digital. In the next 5 years, most jobs are going to become obsolete. And if you can't be able to do something that has to do with tech, you might not be able to meet up. So I advise everybody to at least learn a skill in tech, learn how to copy and paste, learn how to build a website, learn how to blog, because all of this you can monetize them from wherever you want in the world.
Now tell me, since this training started on the 2nd, how has the response been to the youth's response towards this training?
Okay, given that this was a free training, the turnout has been huge, but because of the resources that we've had, we've not been able to take so many people because we want an in-depth knowledge. We want to personally mentor every youth that signs up for the program. So we were able to take just about 15 people at the moment, but in future we intend to take up to 30, 50, and why not 100 if the space can allow it.
Alors Selma, comme vous le savez, actualité oblige, le monde entier célèbre ce 5 novembre la journée mondiale de lutte contre la cybercriminalité. Alors d'entrée de jeu, est-ce que vous pouvez nous évoquer les différentes formes qu'on retrouve sur le web, les différentes formes de criminalité?
Oh, there are so many different forms of cyber crimes. Like there is phishing, which basically is a way where you falsely get information from another person, or using a pretext. You can lie that you are a white and you get information about somebody else just because you want to use it for selfish gains. There's also tailgating, there is dumping, there's so many different types. Even cyberbullying, it's a form of cybercrime because you harassing someone online downplays on the person's mental health somehow.
Now, it is very common that everybody has a telephone these days, you have a laptop. How do you fight cybercrime in the modern space?
The best way to fight cybercrime is to be aware that it actually exists, because when you know that this is what happens, it makes you to be more careful. Like if you go online and somebody is asking for your information, if you're already aware that something exists like a cybercrime, you'll be very skeptical about giving out that information. There's also the availability of white hat hackers. Like I have a friend who is a white hat hacker. But the irony is in that the country where we live in, it's difficult to differentiate between the two. So at the end of the day, so far as hacker is in front of your name, you can likely go to prison.
Alors Salma, il y a le ministère des Postes et Télécommunications qui clôture aujourd'hui le séminaire national sur la cybercriminalité. Est-ce que vous allez participer?
Oh, I wasn't invited, but if I was, I would probably love to. take bad.
Vous allez quand même saisir cette opportunité pour sensibiliser les jeunes qui vont venir se former au langage du web.
Exactly.
Merci beaucoup, Bruno.
Thanks for having us, Cathy.
Merci Selma Ndi, vous êtes web développeur. Merci d'avoir répondu aux questions de la CRTV. C'était le Focus TIC.
Thank you.